Hi, Callie. I always say Callie. It's Kelly. Callie Healer is
Kelly,
here today.
Kelly, Terry, hi. Thank you so much for having this time.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We're being so good with our thank yous because that's fifth dimension.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, being in that state of grace. So that brings up what we're going to talk about today, and we'll probably take some questions, don't you think?
Yeah, I bet we'll have time.
Yeah, time for reading. So if anybody needs a reading, Garnet, hello, Garnet loves the thumbnail, the 5D with the flying saucers. Pretty fun.
It was so cool. That was really cool, Terry. You did an amazing job.
Thanks. Well, you guys, I am having fun. I am playing with 5D. I'm playing with AI right now, the GPT, Chat GPT, and it's helping me make thumbnails and stuff, but they're dark. Like, I don't like most of their thumbnails. I'll ask them to make a thumbnail, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a little too dark. It's a little too." I don't want to say masculine because masculine isn't dark, but it seems like it's
I know
pretty.
what you
But
mean, though.
yeah,
It's got that look to
it
it.
looks like it came from AI. Yeah. So I made this all by myself.
And it's amazing. It
And it had
really,
microphones
really
in it
is.
to start with. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Okay, well, Fogo Pogo, hi. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Mary. How are you? Ooh, Fox with the Book, Liz. Hello, beautiful Liz. She says we are her favorites, and I love when people say that.
Oh,
And if that's judgmental of me, then that's 3D. So there I go again. Polly, hey, what's happening? Teresa, can I have a reading of the jar smashing casting I did will work? That sounds really interesting.
oh, I
I
would like
love
to know
that.
more about that.
Yeah, Teresa Ford, let us know what that means because I like this. I
Like, it
was real
almost seems like Teresa, did you put your like the stuff that you wanted to get rid of in that jar to and then smash it? Just curious.
yeah, let us know. Okay, Liz, I got you. Um, hey, Jenny, how are you? Let's see, Danny Marie. Hello, beautiful Liza. I know, can't believe we're doing a live, right? Finally. So, anyway, we were going to talk about 5D and 4D and the movement that we're going to, which is timely because I feel like there's so much chaos going on right now that it's real easy to live in fear.
Mm-hmm.
And fear is predominantly 3D. So literally, they're trying to keep us in 3D
Oh yeah.
and in the program. And that's how they're doing it with all this. Also, the food that we eat is not 5D. It's 3D. There's so many preservatives and stuff. So I know most of you guys eat organic and are vegetarian. I'm not vegetarian, but I try to be real careful with meat. But almost everything we buy is either organic or local. So it helps. But I know I could do better still, you guys. Like a lot of raw food. You know who eats raw?
It does.
Lenny
It makes a difference.
Kravitz. Only raw. Was that you talking?
He does.
Yeah.
No, but it
Yeah.
seems like there's like, doesn't it? Seems
It
like
seems
there's
like
like
there's
a
another
time warp
voice.
almost.
Okay, this is what we're talking about with 5D, you guys. This is a trip already. It's already started. Dun, 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 dun. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. We're used to weird stuff. I forgot to tell you when you first came on today and we were talking backstage, you had an
Yeah.
orb and had wings on it and it was flying around your head and then it flew down. And I was like, "Oh, I've got to tell her about that." But you were saying something and I really wanted to listen to what you were saying at the same time.
Ah, well, thank you for sharing because when I clicked on to go backstage, I clicked
Yeah.
on and I saw a orb go out of my out of my head, and I didn't see it with wings. It was just it went, psh, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah. This one had total wings. Total wings.
oh. So I think I raised my vibration yesterday just by getting out, because I mean, to be able to see them like that, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it makes a difference. And I have that citrine right here that
Oh my god. Would you share that with everybody? I wanna just share my citrine first and then share
oh,
your citrine.
Terry, your citrine is absolutely beautiful.
I love my citrine. I'm not saying I don't love my citrine, but show them your citrine. Hello.
It you know it is there is a shop in Fillmore, California, that I don't get to very often, but I was out with a girlfriend yesterday, and we get there once a year, and she has just got amazing crystals and lamps, and big crystals, small crystals, and the prices are huge. I mean, are not huge. I'm thinking this crystal. I mean, this was really, really cheap. And this one, Terry, I didn't show you, but it is that like flower jasper?
It looks like it. I've got some of that, and mine is, I think this one is called rainbow jasper, and it's from the sea. It's formed in the
Oh,
ocean.
Terry, that is beautiful.
I'm pretty sure. Do you guys know? Teresa might know. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Sharon Sipe is here. Hello, beautiful. And it's so I'm not moving it, you guys. It's just saying hi to everybody right now.
Well,
So
and look at it's the energy
yeah,
that you have and that we all have here together. I mean, that's huge.
yeah. And this is it saying yep.
That's
So
that's a beautiful piece of jasper.
I got this in a bundle of stuff that I bought. And I bought just a bundle on a website, and this came in, and I thought, oh, okay. And then I started playing with it. I was like, oh my god, this is really special. Yeah. Oh, Scorpio Scott was the best film of a fairy flying caught on camera. I've seen that, Garnet. Sun Psychic Jean has that. She's shown it so many times. Not so many times, but I've watched it so many times and
That's
rewatched it.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Oh, Sharon, thank you for being here, honey, and saying happy birthday to everybody
Yeah,
this
thank
month.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was meant to come to me, right? Um, I've never gone no, I've never gone to the annual gem show. I've been to a lot of the metaphysical show. It's in KC, and they have the gem shows there. And then one time I went to the metaphysical show, and they also had a rally for 45 at the same thing, the same convention center at the same time. It was pretty funny. I don't know if it was for 45 or just MAGA, but you know. What is the name of the store in Fillmore? Sharon wants to know.
Oh, Sharon, it has treasures in the name. It's on Main. It's on the main street, and when you come into Fillmore, it's on the left hand side. There's there's more thrift stores on the right hand side of the street, but this one I don't know the name. It's got something
Oh,
treasures in it, and there's not a lot of thrift stores in Fillmore, and so it's on the right side of the street, and it's really small, and I was so happy because every year I just go, is she still going to be there? Is she still going to be there? And because that's where I get pretty much all my crystals from now. I mean,
wow.
when I'm out shopping, because I always look, but most places, even like Ojai, the crystals are so expensive, and
Yeah,
and this it was cheap.
yeah. We went when I was in Colorado last time. There were a few shops that were quite high, and then we went up to Garden of the Gods. Or no, it was the one with the falls. I can't remember what it's called, but the one with the falls there in Colorado Springs. And we went up to the very top. We didn't climb up. We took the elevator, I must say. And, they were so reasonable. I bought a bunch of Christmas presents up there, and they were really nice, really nice.
Isn't it fun when you stumble across those stores?
Yeah, and the nicest young man there. Is it Treasures and Creations? Denise wants to know.
That could very well be. It's a
Yeah,
very narrow store, and the crystals are right at the front. She has a lot right at the front of the store, and then in the middle of the store, she's got another huge table of crystals. But that could very well be.
wow.
And I didn't take a receipt because I told her I said I didn't need the receipt, so I don't have the receipt to be able to look on it to see the name.
Yeah, well, good.
Fillmore isn't a big town. Fillmore is not big.
Yeah, well, cool. Anyway, so do you want to start with
I
the
I would love
3D
you
and
to
the
start
5D?
because you've got lots.
Okay. And I have to say, you guys, hi Emma. I love doing this and I love working with the 5D and the 3D. Because we're living on this planet and that's where we are right now. But as we move to 5D, a lot of people in the chat, a lot of the tribe are talking about having headaches. And as we acclimate to that higher dimension, your body will go through changes. And they say, to cut down on our caffeine, drink lots of water, blessed or filtered water is better than tap water, of course. And then, you know, our food, what we eat, what we wear is huge. The way our beds are laid out, making our bed every day, things like that, keeping everything clean, but then moving into not judging people. So when we judge people, it's total duality. Like, oh, they voted for them and I voted for them. And I'm not going to like this person or talk to this person anymore. I can understand a lot of the reasons for that. I'm not trying to make a fight here or anything like that, but we're moving into non-duality where there's going to be love for everybody and there won't be that division. Donna Marie's had a headache for almost 3 weeks straight. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Callie Healer is really good at that stuff, you guys. She's an excellent healer and
Oh,
helping with
sorry.
you to
Thank
ascend.
you.
No, really. So when we get into 5D, we feel a deep center or deep peace and love in our center. And always looking at your heart. Like when something comes in, several times lately, I've had the opportunity to be upset about things.
Right? Well,
Yeah.
and I think it's common for most of us. I mean, and we have a choice, right?
Yeah, and going through like a huge process. There's so many things that you can live in fear with right now. There's so many things that you can be scared about right now. But going into your senses, like, okay, I'm going to look around this room and count 5 things that I see. I'm going to use my sense of smell and smell 5 things, or you can do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you can just do 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, which is what I do. And then, tasting things, everything like that. And then go into your subtle senses because your subtle senses are 5D senses, remembering, knowing your clairs, thinking about, well, I wonder what my guides are doing today, just going into that. And we were kind of talking about today in meditation about our light bodies. Because of course we have the physical form and then we have the auric field and then we have the light body, which is like a hologram, an etheric body. And that is totally 5 and 6 and maybe even 7D. So just looking at that and thinking, okay, I wonder what my light body is doing. Like if I'm waiting in line at the grocery store and people are being really slow or whatever's happening, something that you don't like, somebody's driving in front of you and they're so slow, or they're too fast behind you, worse yet. So looking at that and thinking, okay, what's my light body doing? Am I dancing in my light body? What am I doing? So and Sharon saying another option you can submit. Oh, okay, that's something else. So your intuition is heightened in 5D. There's a sense of oneness with the universe and everyone around you. And that's going to be huge and that's us living in community where we are all helping one another. And that's part of why we have all this chaos going on right now is that if we have an earthquake or a flood or fires,
Mhm.
then we're reaching out to help each other, and we're not worried about how this person we're not judging this person, we're just reaching out to help this person because there's grace and love in our hearts.
Right.
Um, and time feels less linear, and so does space. So it's also well, we'll get to that later. You go ahead. I've been monopolizing it.
Well, and I agree with you. Stay to keep our vibration high in the 5D. I mean, it really is love, 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 love.
Yeah.
And even the people that have triggered us, caused us trauma, and even saying this could be kind of triggering to some, because it's just like, this person has done this to me, or this person is doing this to us. And but to really come from a place of love, and that we all are connected. And like you were saying backstage, Terry, I mean, even sending our enemies love, I mean, they don't have to accept it, but we can still do that. And it's free, it doesn't cost anything, it just takes a little bit of time to send that. um and it's really important to get out of our heads too, and to stay in our heart space. Because when we get into our head, we have a tendency of being in a place of fear, and sometimes going down that rabbit hole, and that keeps us stuck in the 3D. um letting go of victimhood and judgment and the ego, too, because that keeps us stuck. um the same, the water, and staying really present is huge. And it can be really hard, especially when we have a list of things that we have to do, throughout our day, because a lot of us are multitaskers, and we're on, we're thinking about, okay, what do I have to do next, and this. But really staying present just really helps us stay in the 5D. And then, like we were saying, thank you. I mean, I really try to say thank you as many times a day. Like, now the furnace just kicked in, and in my head, the first thing it's like, thank you. Thank you for the heat that, the furnace is providing for us. And I know this sounds silly, but when I flush the toilet, I say thank you. And it but I'm thankful it's flushing, because can you imagine if it didn't?
Well,
You
I'm just
know?
laughing because we always talk about what a sacred space the
Yeah.
bathroom is. How many of us have revelations in the bathroom
Yeah.
or
It's
yeah,
it's
or
really. And so
vortex.
and I know it sounds silly, but I do. And then, of course, for our health is really important. Um and and the judgment, I mean, for others, but even ourselves, because sometimes we can be our worst critic. So letting go of any, yes, rush to the, yeah, clean pure water. um and letting go of that inner critic, you know for others and for ourselves. And control is a big one. And I know I can be guilty with this, especially, I think, with my family. I sometimes want to control aspects of their life. And I and and a person has to let go of that, because that too keeps us stuck. And so
Yeah,
control is a big thing. And disconnecting from electronics. And I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm very grateful, and thank you. But taking a break from electronics, whether it's the computer, the cell phone, and TV too, and just having that disconnect. And then, of course, negativity and defensiveness, is too, keeps us trapped. And then trying not to engage in gossip. And I know you guys know this. And one other thing that I found is really beneficial for me is removing the word I can't. I can't do that is big.
that's huge. Removing that word, I can't, and also having reasons for why you didn't do something or did something that you didn't like. Well,
Mhm.
my reasoning was, and because then you're enforcing that story,
Yep.
and instead just say, "Oh, I might do this next time,"
Yeah.
or whatever. It makes it cleaner. So, oh, I love this, Kevin. Hey, honey, Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins' new book, must read and listen. Love
Wow, I love that.
her. Mel
Thank
Robbins is she's on fire right now. Yeah,
She is on fire.
yeah, yeah, completely. Um, Changing hope to faith. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I do have a few crystals that I could mention if people are interested that are good to help keep us in the 5D if
Yeah,
anybody is interested.
yeah, I'm interested. Yeah.
Um Jade is really a good one. It awakens the knowledge within
Oh,
ourselves, and it helps us to access knowledge really easy, and it helps guide us down our path of enlightenment, and it increases our positive energy, and it helps us to relieve negative energy, which is good, and it's a healer too. It helps us heal emotional emotional pain. And topaz stimulates and recharges you physically, emotionally, and especially spiritually. It helps us to forgive others and ourselves, which is really huge. In order to stay in the 5D is the whole the forgiveness. Touching on that too, and it helps us grow spiritually, and it's supposed to help with good fortune, and so great for manifesting. Emerald is huge, and I wasn't aware of this about emerald. It's used as spiritual growth too, so it huge for helping increase our intuition and clairvoyance, and it helps with patience, and that is something that I do need help in, and I've been working on I've been working on that the majority of my life is patience. And so it's supposed to help us with patience, inspiration, balance, and in keeping that higher vibration. But it also helps to make friends and to find love and to help keep us mentally young. And fire agate is really good. It helps for grounding and it's very protective, and it helps us have a deep connection to earth and helps aid us in relaxation and just relaxing our mind, our body, and our soul. It increases vitality. It eliminates cravings. So whatever it may be. I mean, caffeine, smoking. It helps to.
wine.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And it increases our strength, and it alleviates fear. So fire agate is it's a huge one.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Stacy, patience, trust the process, right?
So important, and it can be
Yeah.
so hard at times, but and just and I know I say it so much, but it's not happening to us or to me. It's happening for me, for us, for our highest good. But it's so easy to get trapped in that 3D, that that victimhood. Why is this happening to me? And it's always happening for me, for us, and that too can be hard, but just to know that everything's happening for our highest good at all times.
And that's really easy to get into, that victim mentality, and a lot of times that's like something because of an early trauma, like,
Mhm.
your inner child, perhaps. So, that's another thing that we're going through right now in the 3D as we go into 4D and 5D, is letting go of those old traumas, those old aspects, that are still there. And even, the stuff that we've done like so much work on, we're having the opportunity once again to have a little snippet of it coming up.
Mhm.
So anything that we can get is really good. Yeah. Sonia says, rose quartz in the boulder. 100%.
Rose
100%
quartz
China.
is amazing.
Yeah, I was wearing this all day yesterday because I was feeling it,
Oh, that's
and, uh
beautiful.
yeah, it is, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, energy of activation in the conversation. Thank you. Yeah, and that's it too, we're activating.
Mhm,
So that's why so many of us are having aches and pains, headaches, ringing in the ear, because your body is activating to this new energy. We were talking this morning about having a crown burn, and a lot of times when we're going through an awakening, your crown might burn. Also, if you're going through a heart chakra opening can be just like a kundalini awakening, and so can that
mhm.
crown opening, where you're kind of like, phew, you know. So being really gentle with everybody and yourself, particularly yourself. And every time something happens, before you react, kind of going into your heart space and thinking, "Gosh, how do I feel about this?" Do I feel like this is a go for me? Like, do I want to go out and see these people, or do I want to stay in and spend some time relaxing? So, or whatever it is you want to do, if it's reading or going inward. Also, I gotta say, we've got a great community here on YouTube.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. So,
I'm so
this is
grateful.
I feel like this has been accelerating everybody's path, being
I
able
do
to get
too.
together. Yeah, and how many groups have we found and friends that we've made that have a like-minded thing? And a lot of times if you're, at the grocery store or the coffee shop and or at work, and you're not talking about reincarnation, you're not talking about 5D. You don't have the
No.
opportunity perhaps, or maybe you do. That's great if you do. But this is great because we're like-minded. So, that grows it. So, I'll just say, 3D consciousness is ego-driven, fear-based, materialistic, and separation from others. 4D consciousness is awakening, questioning reality, shifting from fear to love, and intuitive growth. 5D consciousness is unity, peace, unconditional love, higher wisdom, and non duality. So I feel like all of us are kind of in that section right now where we're kind of flipping the script and the story to
Right?
the 5D. But be real gentle with yourself if you have a moment, an opportunity to use your middle finger when you're driving one day. I mean, don't just like get down on yourself and think, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that." Just say, "Wow, how did that feel?" and question it.
And
And it
it may feel good, but, and that's so true, Terry, because, we are still human. I mean, we can still get angry and we can still be cranky and,
Right.
but it's just important not to stay in that energy for too long.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't don't live there, take a vacation.
Mhm.
Shan, I've given unconditional love everywhere I go. That's beautiful. Yeah,
I
spreading
love
love
that.
around you. That's beautiful. Hi, Paul. Moving to South Carolina. Okay, I'm taking that. There we go. Liza says, totally this YouTube community and the talks help me get physical work done, like a barn raising community, right?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
same,
And
same.
And I have to say, everybody, and I say this all the time right now, is if you're looking for a guru, GURU, there's so much information out there, but take what resonates to you. Take what, when you hear something, go into your heart space and how does this resonate with me? And if it resonates, take it. And maybe you want 8 teachers. That's okay. I
Mhm,
think it's gone are the days that we have that one guru,
mhm.
because you are your own guru as we're moving into 5D. Yeah. Give
So
yourself
true,
grace and
Terry.
feel it. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
And
So
and remember, it's different for everybody. So I mean, if somebody is saying that they're not sleeping, and you're like, well, I'm sleeping really well. that's okay too. I mean, because it's different. It's different for everybody when a person's vibration is rising and we're ascending. Whatever term that you want to use. I mean, because there are so many different symptoms, and you touched on that too, Terry, of the um sometimes we don't even know where it came from. I mean, I like just I stopped drinking coffee, and I'm right. And I don't know. I just don't. It like I know my husband couldn't because he like looks forward to having that cup of coffee in the morning. And I said, by all means, you need to have that. But I said, I don't know why, but I just don't. My body just doesn't need that anymore.
Yeah.
And so these things just kind of come out of the blue. And so yeah, it has you going, what? Really?
Yeah.
And I'll maybe have a cup of tea. And sometimes there's days I just don't even have any caffeine.
Yeah. It's I I was thinking about that yesterday. I went to Costco and I bought 2 packets of 3 pounds of coffee because I know coffee's going to go up if
It is
the
gonna.
tariffs go through. And
Yep.
I'm looking at that and thinking that's going to be an opportunity for me to quit drinking coffee because really I think about it and I'm like, it helps me wake up, but do I really need that or would I be fine? This morning I woke up and put on my Blondie t-shirt, my old rock t-shirt and concert t-shirt and danced. I turned on Blondie and danced for like 20 minutes. That
Mm.
woke me up. And I think that's a much better way to wake up. So,
That's so
talk,
beautiful,
you know,
Terry. It is so beautiful. And thank you for sharing that with everybody because I mean that is just one thing that we can do. And if you're having pains in your legs and whatnot, you can sit in the chair and you can turn the music up and you can chair dance too. So I mean that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
everybody's talking about their coffee. I bought 6 containers of Folgers last week, right, Pamela? I feel you. I mean, coffee is one of those. I'm not sure if I could. Mary, I might become a danger if I don't drink my coffee.
And that's okay. That
Yeah.
serious is okay. I mean, and like I told my husband, I think they're going to Costco today. I told him he should probably stock up on coffee. Um but he did talk about maybe he has 2 cups of coffee a day. He talked about maybe going down to 1. Um but so there's no judgment at all. It's really truly just tuning into our bodies and listening to our bodies, and they will guide us to
Yeah.
what it is we need or we don't need anymore.
Yeah. Carolina had hot coffee with lemon instead of coffee. And that's what we're supposed to have, right? That hot water with lemon is huge to have
That's
that in the
so good for
morning.
you.
Yeah. Oh, Fogo Pogo. Kaylee's never liked coffee, definitely a tea girl. I'll have coffee cake or coffee crisp chocolate bars, but the thought of drinking coffee makes me gag. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. All our bodies are so different, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Coffee is just something that I kind of have become really conditioned to. And that's it. That's the other thing. We're working with the conditioned mind.
Yes.
And going into a different state of being, um, a different state of consciousness is going to require, you know,
Letting
to,
go of those conditions.
yeah,
Yeah.
some of them at least,
Yeah.
but be gentle with yourself. Don't judge yourself. I think it's going to be gradual.
Mhm.
I've got to say, I think it's going to be a gradual thing that when you're ready, this time will come for you. And maybe it'll be because coffee's so expensive. Maybe it'll be that the meat that they've produced for so many years of animal husbandry that hasn't been well done is too expensive. Maybe some of the drugs that big pharma's made, and take your drugs that your doctor gives you for sure. But some of the stuff people can't afford it anymore, so it's a simpler way. I don't
Mhm.
know what's going to happen. I'm not making any predictions, but I am saying um, that there are things we can release. You made a magnet out of a sign, coffee because anger management is too expensive, right?
I love that.
Yeah,
I love it.
coffee is
I
my
love
Drano, Denise.
it.
I like that because it brings the sacred place of the bathroom back into it. So,
Right? It
yeah,
does.
yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that, Stacy. Starbucks is going out of business. I know some of them are. I have no idea. No idea, honey. But that's sad. I always make my own. I do a French press and that's the other thing. Mine is kind of a ritual. I make a French press and then I put cacao in it and a little bit of honey and a little bit of cinnamon. And it's like my little thing, my little treat that I give myself every morning. So I'll have to find another treat. They say, take one habit and replace it with another one or behavior. So
I love that ritual though. And I did the same, but I didn't do it with the honey, but I would add a little bit of cinnamon and cacao to um well, we used coffee pods and then I would add it and stir it up when I was drinking coffee. And I'm not saying, I mean, I might go back and have a cup of coffee. I think it's been, I want to say maybe 2 months that I haven't had a cup of
that's
coffee.
huge. 2 months is a lot. And does your body feel different?
Um, I was thinking that maybe I'd be like really groggy, but
Yeah.
I haven't like noticed. No, if anything, maybe more clear, which seems
That's what I
weird.
was kind of thinking. That's kind of why I'm thinking I want to. Sally says, I feel food is holding me back as a possession mine. And Sally, that was huge in my family. My dad grew up during the Depression, and my mom grew up in the Holocaust, and there was no food for either of them. And so when they bought food, they bought food. Like
Yeah,
they buy big wheels of cheeses, wholesale, and all this other stuff. And so I kind of grew up with that and too much food. And that's the thing that my kids are always after me, like, Mom, you buy too much food. We have to throw too much away. So, and I think it's real common to have that scarcity and
hmm,
have it be generational, but also be ancestral. Like perhaps, we have ancestors that grew up during the famine in Ireland or wherever, or we did, right? Our souls
in a
were,
past life, yeah.
yeah. And it's real common. So we're cutting all those ties. And that's another thing that you do, Callie or Kelly, is always are able to cut those cords
Oh,
that you
and
help with.
it does help, and I can definitely do that, and we can all do it ourselves too. And I'm right there with you, Terry. I know I one of my forms of love and expressing love is through food. Making making these meals that don't need to be this big, but I make them this big because, I think bigger is better, and then we have all of this food, and I I admit that I do have a problem when it comes to food and feeding people and just making sure, that they have all the comforts of the food that, they need or want. And yeah, the same, Sally, too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Mary, will you email that to me? Guanara tea. I didn't know about that.
Oh, I gotta write
That's
that down because
really
I
cool,
I am really
right?
enjoying tea.
And mushroom coffee, Jeff says. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
That sounds really good. So, I think we're all gonna get there. I know we're gonna get there. This is our time, and that's why you're all here on this planet. It's kind of our big thing that we're doing for the whole universe is coming here to acclimate the light because that's where we came from the light. So that's where we're going back. As we move to the fifth dimension, there'll be a greater focus on spirituality, mindfulness, and meditation. Well, everybody in this group is already in that space. Increased awareness of energy, vibrations, and consciousness. I can easily say that everybody in this group has that. More people questioning old systems and seeking a love-based living. So all of you guys are there. We're kind of waiting for everybody to catch up with us. The other thing that I wanted to mention is there's been a lot of talk of two Earths, one in 5D and one in 3D. And that can go either way. I'm open, whatever way they want to do it. But
Yeah,
but I
same.
kind of feel like it might be one Earth, and some of us are living in the 5D, and some of us are living in the 3D. And what is affecting some people will not be affecting others because they don't choose to be affected by it. That they're just living in that state of grace, that state of being thankful and joyful and laughing and dancing with their light bodies instead of tied to that 3D body and that pain body. So anyway,
That you hit on something, Terry, that joyful state. Another thing that is really good, just a tip, is writing down, even if it's just 3 things that you're joyful for. What brings you joy, and writing those down, and maybe even like going back, to your earlier days, and just really thinking about what did I used to do that used to bring me joy that I'm not doing any longer, and doing that, but then also doing one thing for yourself that brings you joy, and a day doing at least one thing that for yourself that brings you joy, and then for somebody else do one thing for somebody else that brings them joy, and that helps keep our vibration and keep us in the 5D too.
yeah, I'm trying to. I started something new. I'm trying to text my kids something really sweet every day, without bombarding them, like one a day maybe. But like, wow, that made my life so much easier when you cleaned the kitchen last night. Thank you. Or, I love seeing what you're doing right now. Amazing.
Oh, I love that,
And
Terry.
and I see their faces change. I see their energy change with it. Um, okay. Sally says that triggered a memory of movement without pain, the dream movement and flying. Yeah, dancing in our light bodies.
Hmm.
And I'm weird enough that when I'm at a funeral, I mean, I give so much grace to everybody around me, but I'm up there flying around with all my friends. So I'm not so much in the body.
I love that.
Yeah. Finally got out this morning. I've been missing the birds in nature. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Okay. Well, we've got a couple of questions here. Do you want to try to
Sure.
squeeze them in? Teresa Ford, are you still here, beautiful girl? Let us know if you're here. And after that, it will be Liz and Awe. If you all are here, let me know. I think Teresa's here. Not positive. She may have stepped out for a moment to the temple. There she is. Okay, can I have a reading to see if the jar smashing casting did? The minute you said that, there was huge energy around it, Teresa. I mean, you just talking about that was like poof. Um, it feels like I don't know if you're working with the Fae with that or the elementals, but it feels like there's a lot of them around with that, and they really enjoyed it too. And like when we start working with the Fae and the elementals, you get more energy from them. So, the vibration on the planet has already gone up, and they're just ready for us. So I'm going to say yes, ma'am.
Yes, same, Teresa. I got that doing this, the jar smashing. It was almost like a ritual, and whatever the energy that you put into it, I get that there's going to be opportunities coming from you doing this. And then I pulled a couple cards, and I don't know if you inserted like blessings into this jar smashing, but I got to count your blessings, and then I got peace and harmony. So from doing this is really going to give you some relief and just really give you some peace, some harmony, and 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 then I got compassion too. And so this is going to be really, really healing, a really healing process for you.
Yeah, I see all sorts of sparkles around it, Teresa. I don't know if you had glitter in the jar, but there's just all sorts of glitter around it. It's beautiful. So, did Liz come in? Oh, you set the intention for healing. I don't know if it was for you or the planet or both, but it feels like the planet sure did hear you, honey.
Yep.
I don't see Liz, and I know sometimes it's hard for her to get to the, so we'll keep looking for you, Liz. Okay, then we're gonna go to Jenny A. Jenny A, are you there? And Fogo Pogo, if you're still there, let us know too. Oh, Liz and Oz is here. Okay, we'll get Liz and then we'll go to y'all, the other ones. And Liz wanted to know, let's see, how will the medical and sun part go in Ohio this next month? Thanks, bit unnerving. Liz is going to Cleveland to the Cleveland Clinic to get regulated. I'm going to say, right, Liz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so don't brace up, Liz. I already feel your throat chakra kind of like you're kind of worried about what to say or what you'll hear yourself say, what you're saying to yourself about it, and your heart chakra too. So if you can open that up and send yourself a lot of light and be curious about like, well, why am I feeling this way? And also send light to his heart chakra in particular. I think it's going to go great. I think it's going to be like a reconnecting, and they're showing me kind of a reconnecting that's going to go high, like of the things that you get together on that you have community with. And just don't worry about all the smaller things. Yeah, new pacemaker and calibrations have been off. Probably why you're so fatigued. Hope for back help. I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be excellent for your health and excellent for your relationship. You will have to go high, if you know what I mean. Like, when they go low, you go high. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Michelle. So, yeah, in my ear. Go ahead.
Liz, I think it's gonna go great too. They want you to release any self-doubt that the self-doubt, the worries that creep in about, taking the trip, spending time with your son, you know, and not to think about what can go wrong, but to think about what can go right. And so making sure that your energy is cleared is going to be really important for you before you take the trip, and while you're there too. And you're a healer, Liz, too. And so it may be that you can maybe do some healing on your son while you're there. I mean, I know you're going to be, recuperating and whatnot, but our mind is a powerful thing, and you can clear his energy and send him healing while while you're there. I mean, because it's gonna be a beautiful thing. And I do see that there's gonna be a newfound balance within your body, and within your relationship too with your son. I do get that you may need to soften your words a little bit with your son, just to be, to approach it with more love, just to keep your thoughts, your tone in your words maybe a little bit softer. And then just release any self-doubt that you have about the trip, and let that go, and just really manifest that everything is going to just be wonderful, because I see it being working out really well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's excellent energy around it. Liz is just talking about it. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Mhm.
Okay. Jenny, I haven't seen you. We are going to Fogo Pogo, and, it could be, me, so, just put your name in there if you're still around. Um, Fogo Pogo, Callie, I always say that wrong, would love any insight into the reoccurring hives I've been having. Is this Ascension symptoms or something else? So they're coming right in with nerves and inflammation from the nerves, worry, maybe. Also, if if you could look up Pitta, so there's 3 different doshas in Ayurveda. If you could look up the Pitta, a lot of times when we get, Kay Lee is right, yeah. And a lot of times if you look up that dosha, you're gonna see, when we worry about things or when there's something going on, like the chaos around us, right? That pitta dosha comes out. Yeah, stress hives, yeah.
Mhm.
And so look for what they talk about with that because there's, you can, cucumbers, eating cooling foods, also, going in with, it's called aloe juice, but there's also an asparagus herb that's Ayurvedic. Somebody here will know the name of it. I think it starts with an S. Do you know the name of it, Kelly?
I don't, but I keep hearing pineapple.
Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah, that would be delicious. Yeah, you're welcome.
And same, I get that it's stress. It's stress related, and understandably, because I mean there is a lot going on in the world, and when you're an empath and a sensitive, we can tend to take that stuff on. But you have to also remember that you are such a beautiful soul and you are a healer. And so, to remember to protect your energy. And I'm getting that it's really important to help get rid of the hives, is to really honor yourself and to speak your truth, because sometimes when we hold back, I mean, we can speak our truth with soft kind words, but when we don't, when we hold back and there's things that we want to say and we don't, that can cause the imbalance in our body, where it puts a stress on our bodies, and the inflammation like Terry was talking about, and it can create the hives. And so I'm also just getting that, almost like what Terry did this morning. You need to move the body, and it's clearing that energy out. So turning on the music and just dancing, moving is going to clear that out for you. And then just remember to honor yourself, that you are a beautiful soul. And just, yeah, I would clear that energy out. It's not yours to hold on to.
Yeah, she's saying this is her 5th, um, um, thing that she's on her 5th pacemaker. Um, It's because it's not made for your body. Liz, when you talk, and I'm not medical, this is entertainment only, but when you talk to the people at the Cleveland Clinic, tell them that you're, an intuitive and an intuitive energy worker, and then maybe they'll up their game. I feel like there's gonna be somebody there that's gonna understand that. So, okay. Jenny,
It,
I did not see. Did you? Oh, I'm
Fogo
sorry. Were you gonna say
Pogo,
something?
well, she said that she would look into anti inflammatory stuff. And the one thing that I take every day, and there too is for entertainment purposes only. I take um turmeric. It's turmeric and something else in it, and that really, really helps my inflammation. And elderberry too. I mean, those are just a couple recommendations, but there again, it's just, yep, it's entertainment purposes only. It's what resonates with you.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of other herbs that you can take too for your time of month, and that's something that our society hasn't been good. Like, we look at the circadian rhythm and our work environment, which is all around that, right? Sun up to sundown,
Mhm.
which is great for the divine masculine energy, but for the feminine energy and the female body, there's really a monthly that our bodies are going through so many different cycles all month
Right?
long. Yeah, because we have the menstrual cycle, we have the ovulation cycle, we have, you know, um, the pain cycle. I mean, there's so many things that happen. So, there are some herbs. I can look and see my daughter takes them because she's really sensitive too. Um, we're not gonna get through too many more questions, you guys. So, Stacy, let's see, can I please have an alignment of whatever I need? You know what, Stacy, we're not doing that today, the healing part, but, I
We
know
could do it. We could do it. We're on every 2 weeks. Maybe next 2
yeah,
weeks we could
let's let's
do
do it.
that.
Yeah, Stacy, we'll do it in the next couple of weeks, and if you see are you gonna be doing any healings on any of your, stuff coming up? Do you have any
Um,
healing shows?
I am. I will be doing. I have a show tomorrow, but I'm just doing energy insight and predictions. So
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing healing tomorrow, but I do have a show coming up with Gertrude. I know that I'll be doing some healing work on there, but I don't know the date.
So look for that, you guys. That's Trudy. What's the name of her channel?
Oh, it
Yeah,
is true Trudy. Oh,
I'll find it, Stacy, and we'll send it to you, or I'll try to mention it. But it's right on the tip of my toes. The tip of my toes.
yep, yep. Tip top of the morning to you.
Okay, start. It does kind of feel like your heart chakra is a little bit um, hurt, Stacy, or down a little bit.
And the sacral too. I'm feeling it in my sacral chakra that your sacral chakra is blocked. And and it can be, that's kind of our heart can be our central nervous system, but our sacral chakra can be too. And just even sending those chakras extra love and and clearing can can clear out that energy that you're holding on to.
Yeah, you've got Stacy, you've got a guide around you, an angel. She's angelic. And she's female. So I would talk to her. I'm asking her name and I'm not really getting one, but ask her to put her hand on the back of your heart chakra and on your sacral chakra. Um, and 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 already it feels better just doing that. So a left and a right hand.
Hmm.
And it feels like that's gonna, really help clear up some of the energy, but there's something behind that energy too.
Hmm. I'm feeling a pinching on a pinching, and typically when I feel a pinching, it tells me that there's a cord um, on your right on the right side of your lower sacral chakra, almost like where the ovaries are. I get that there's a cord, and so you can visualize Archangel Michael going in and just cutting it, and you don't even have to worry about like where did the cord come from, or put that energy into that. It's because and you may go, oh yeah, I know exactly where that cord came from, great, but just to cut that, because I feel a pinching just kind of in your lower left um like where your ovaries are.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. See if she responded on that. That's great. Okay. She said that makes sense to me. Good, honey. Yeah. And then, dun, 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 dun. Okay.
I get that there's a grandmother energy around Stacy. And
Maybe that's the angel.
uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a woman.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and and she visits you a lot, Stacy. And yeah, I just be on the outlook, the lookout for her, that she's around you a lot.
Yeah. Donna, are you still here, honey? We'll get you in, and this will be the last one. So Donna, and if Donna's not here, we've got a question from Sonia. Let's see. Haven't seen Donna for a little bit, but I was busy, so I'm not so sure she's still here. So we'll go to Sonia. Terry, I've been wondering about the female you said is looking over me. Can you tell me who she is? Okay, this is gonna sound weird, Sonia, but it feels like she was a nun at some time. Um, she's coming in, it could be like worked in the temple, but I feel like, there's a cool strength and calmness to her.
Mhm.
And she's really coming into my crown chakra now to talk about that. You might feel her, on your spine a lot. Like sometimes you might feel like you stand up and you're a little bit taller. And that's her kind of, that nun energy. Any of us that grew up with nuns, put your shoulders back, stand up straight.
Mhm.
That kind of energy, but she's real gentle about it.
Yeah, and I also get Sonia that she's I mean a like a huge part. I mean, obviously she's a spirit guide. She's really giving you guidance, but she's also like she's also kind of been a real blessing in your life to help you overcome um the emotional trauma that you've been through, and like the shadow part, the shadow work that creeps in, that she has been like your savior in a sense, that she's really been a blessing to help you. And I get the same. I just feel a very calm, cool presence, but very to the point, and very exact. And but I also get that there is I don't know if you've had a pet in your earlier days or recently, that is with you too, helping you and guiding you, and to bring you comfort too. And yeah, I mean, this guide, I mean, she's really beautiful, and she's been a major factor of your healing process.
She wants to know if she had a past life with her. Do you see that? Oh, that's a good idea. She have a past life. I get a yes. Was it, what were they both in the physical? I think she's been your guide many times. What do you get on that?
Yeah, it's been, I mean, she's given, you've done
Wow.
past lives with her, and now I get that you guys made a pact before you came here that she was going to be your guide. She was going to stay back and be your guide to help guide you through this life because she knew that there was going to be, yeah, thank you, that there was going to be things in this life that she really needed to be, in the next dimensional, that she could do. She could be more of service to you on the other side this time during this this what's the word I'm looking for, this lifetime, that she could be more of service and more help to you than if she was really here in the physical body.
Yeah, you guys were or she's bringing up the Order of the Rose and Marian, the Marian Order. I don't know if that Marian Order is from olden days or the newer Marian Order, but something about that. So maybe you followed the Marys, and let me just ask about that. Mary Magdalene and the other Marys, and yeah, so you guys did follow them. You guys,
Yeah.
you guys
You
did that.
guys, exactly. Oh yeah.
Don't you like
Oh,
the way I call him
huge.
Mary? You guys. That's funny. Yeah, you were a disciple of Mary. That's when you met her. Yeah. Yeah, that's when you met her.
That's
So
beautiful.
you guys were together then. And I get that you do that, like Kelly was saying, you do that. Like one pulls one up and one pulls the other up
Mhm.
in other lifetimes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good, honey. That's a beautiful way to end it.
That
So Kelly,
was.
thank you so much for being here,
Thank you.
gorgeous, my
Thank you.
girlfriend.
Thank you. Thank you. Big hugs.
Yeah, and big hugs out there to all of you guys. Really take good care of yourselves. Be
Yes.
kind to yourselves. You all are amazing. So,
Yeah.
what are you going to do next? You're going to be on with Trudy.
I'm going to be on with Trudy. I don't know next week. I know I have shows next week, but I'm
The Dream
just
Show.
we have the Dream Show, and I know I'm on with somebody else, but I just don't. I'm it's awful. But tomorrow I am on at 2:00 Pacific, and I'm going to do my energy insight and predictions for February. And the predictions are, there's going to be just some fun ones in there too, but the predictions aren't necessarily just for February. It's kind of like a just an extension of the ones that I did for 2025. So that's about as far as my brain is going is tomorrow. I know I
Can't
have to.
bring on the energy
Yeah.
for the whole year. It's too much. There's too much in play, isn't there?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm doing increments too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved your show, you guys. If you guys haven't watched Terry's energy outlook, it was last week, wasn't it, that you put that out?
Yeah, I put it out last week as a video, not as
You guys
live
got to check it out. She
thing.
looks absolutely gorgeous.
I had my hair done.
You were rocking it, girl. Yes, that it was a beautiful video.
Thank you, my friend. I love that. And it's if you're still here, um, it is Trudy's Path to Oneness.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it is, she has a beautiful channel, and I love her so much. She has me on once a month, and she hosts the show, and then she just lets me do, healing and readings for people. And it's just a great way to connect with her, and then to connect with all of you beautiful souls too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And are you on tomorrow with Dr. Gail?
I am. Yeah. I'm on with Dr. Gail tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I'm actually doing a double. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on with Priscilla. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. Yeah. We haven't done anything in a long time. So, yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
And anybody that sees it, Marina is also going to be on. She's going to have her 5,000 um, um, people watching her, or whatever it's called. What is it called?
Subscribers?
Thank you. Yeah, that word.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah. Yep, I got my '80s hair, Paul, I'm working it. Alright, everybody. Have a great weekend. Lots of love to
Yep.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.